Easing pain at the pump tops your first 6 minutes tonight. Good evening. I'm Elizabeth Goodsit. Gary and Sharon are off. We're not talking about gas prices. Instead, a bill making its way through the Iowa legislature having to do with refueling assistance for disabled drivers or others needing help at gas stations. KWQC's Bailey Dietz is here. And Bailey, it really boils down to an improved line of communication.
Right, Elizabeth. Despite ADA regulations requiring gas stations assist drivers who ask for help pumping fuel if there are enough attendants on duty, most stations don't have a really effective way to get the message across. This legislation incentivizes small changes that could make a big difference.
It's something most drivers do regularly without much thought or trouble. But to some, like Gary McDermott of Clinton, refueling his van requires some assistance.
Driving's the easy part. You know, I had to learn how to use adaptive driving equipment. But when you get to a gas station, there's no adaptive equipment for to get gas.
He became disabled more than 40 years ago after a diving accident. For years, he's been advocating for better accessibility at the pumps.
There's people having troubles all over the country.
McDermott helped write legislation recently passed by the Iowa Senate, spelling out changes that some gas station owners, like Pat Detterman, are starting to make on their own.
Now they have a spot they can go to, one or two, push the button, somebody will come out and help take care of them.
A large call button that can be pushed with a closed fist and lets attendants inside know.
Customer needs assistance.
And he should be coming out. How we doing?
Good, you?
Fill her up.
All right.
The bill has passed some hurdles, originally mandating the call button and signage notifying customers hours that refueling assistance is available.
We had to change it a few times along the way, but I think we've got a good, solid bill that I think most people can get behind.
Instead, requiring it for new builds or when upgrades are being done at stations with more than 2 workers, and offering tax credits to those that make the change either way.
I think some of it's, they just don't think about it.
But for McDermott, it's something always on his mind, and he'll continue to encourage others to get on board.
Everyone knows somebody who's disabled in some regard.
In Clinton, Bailey Dietz.
So we take one day at a time.
KWQC TV6 News.
The startup costs for changes like this at gas stations are about $1,000. If the legislation in Iowa becomes law, McDermott's goal is to get something similar started in Illinois.